Seduction is far more than a superficial charm or good looks. It is a strategic mastery of psychology, a dance that can be learned by anyone with the patience and understanding to perfect the art. Imagine a world where every word, every touch, every glance has the power to pull someone into a deeper connection. For a true seducer, every interaction, whether casual or intimate, becomes an opportunity to make an impact. They don't simply go through the motions, they seize each encounter, treating it as a step in the ongoing rhythm of attraction, intrigue, and influence. They know that the art of seduction is a 24/7 mindset, not a tool to be used only when convenient. For them, there's no such thing as a wasted moment. A seducer's focus is never clouded by self-concern or insecurity. Their gaze, their energy, and their curiosity are constantly directed outward, towards the people they meet. This outward focus allows them to study others with precision, noticing every subtle cue, every shift in expression, every unspoken desire. They intuitively sense the needs, vulnerabilities, and unguarded moments of those around them, knowing that these details are the keys to building an irresistible bond. They understand that people crave to be understood, seen, and valued, and they use this knowledge to cast a spell of charm and allure. When it comes to pleasure, seducers grasp an undeniable truth. True enjoyment isn't about surface-level entertainment but about an experience that transcends the ordinary. Seduction invites someone into a realm where they can lose themselves, where their senses are heightened, where they feel they are reaching new, exhilarating emotional or physical highs. It's about taking someone to the edge of their comfort, allowing them to feel the thrill of being pushed just beyond their limits, and experiencing a sensation that is as consuming as it is freeing. Seducers orchestrate moments that make someone feel truly alive, swept up in an intensity that is as mysterious as it is captivating. And their approach to life. It's unapologetically amoral. They live beyond the bounds of society's conventional rules. They realize that seduction operates on its own principles, and if they're going to succeed, they can't afford to be held back by conventional notions of right and wrong. A seducer lives by a moral code uniquely their own, one that prizes authenticity and emotional connection but embraces flexibility in action. They understand that seduction, by nature, requires bending boundaries and slipping into a morally ambiguous world where rules are merely suggestions. Yet, to seduce effectively, two elements must be mastered. First, a seducer must intimately know themselves, their most captivating qualities, their unique charm, their strengths and subtleties. They must embrace what makes them truly enticing, developing a magnetic presence that draws people in effortlessly. Second, they must study their target with the skill of an artist, uncovering what resonates with them, where their insecurities lie, what barriers they hold, and, most importantly, the specific gestures and words that can break down those defenses. Only with this dual insight can a seducer unlock the doors to someone's heart and mind, guiding them toward complete surrender. In the words of Natalie Barney, most virtue is a demand for greater seduction. This art taps into an instinct that runs deep within all of us, a desire to be drawn in, to feel special, to experience a connection that transcends the ordinary. The seducer is the one who understands this yearning and knows exactly how to satisfy it. For those skilled in this art, seduction becomes a way of life, a powerful dance where every step has meaning, purpose, and the thrill of the unknown. Part 1: The Seductive Character. At the core of every successful seduction lies the ability to embody a magnetic quality, one that irresistibly draws people in and awakens a need they can hardly explain. This is not just about looks or charm. It's about creating an aura so captivating that it stirs emotions, disrupts rationality, and leaves the target helplessly drawn to you. The siren. A siren knows that while beauty may attract a man initially, it rarely holds him captive for long. Men crave excitement, change, and the thrill of the unknown. The siren is well aware of this and plays on it masterfully, creating the illusion that she is a portal to adventure and pleasure, an irresistible force that promises a life outside the mundane. She isn't merely beautiful, she embodies a presence, an allure that keeps him on edge, never quite sure what to expect next. To embody the siren, one must cultivate a physical presence that blends a heightened sense of sexual allure with a touch of elegance, even a theatrical grace. This character is bold yet refined, a figure who commands attention without asking for it. Her appearance is enchanting, almost otherworldly, with a hint of mystery that suggests there is more beneath the surface. She knows how to dress, how to walk, how to tilt her head just so, creating an experience that seems almost cinematic. But it's more than just looks. The siren appears to live outside the world of responsibilities and routines. There is a feeling of timelessness about her, as if she exists solely for the purpose of pleasure and indulgence. She doesn't rush, doesn't fret over daily tasks, and always seems available, as if her world revolves around the one she seeks to ensnare. Her freedom from life's typical constraints only deepens the illusion, making her seem like a rare escape from reality. Her allure is in this duality. One part of her exudes undeniable sensuality, a kind of raw appeal that can't be ignored. But the other part is demure, even naive, as if she has no idea of the effect she's creating. This mix of confidence and innocence creates a powerful spell. She seems to say, "I am here for you," yet her intentions are a mystery, her availability always uncertain. The target is left in a state of anticipation, both captivated and mystified by her presence, a prisoner to the fantasy she weaves so effortlessly. Keys to the siren character. The siren is the ultimate embodiment of a potent male fantasy, a woman who radiates sensuality, confidence, and a promise of unending pleasure, with just enough risk to keep things thrilling. She is more than beautiful, she's an experience, an escape, a figure who offers men something they can rarely find, a taste of passion wrapped in mystery. The essence of fantasy and danger. At her core, the siren fulfills a deep-seated fantasy. She exudes sexuality so naturally that it feels as if she's an embodiment of desire itself. Her presence is rich with allure, suggesting boundless pleasure, a life without limitations or expectations. But there's a twist. She's not all softness and surrender. She holds just a touch of danger, an edge that suggests she's not entirely safe, and this keeps her admirers on high alert. This hint of risk, combined with her allure, taps into a primal urge, as if being around her might lead to delicious trouble. The art of pursuit. While the siren may appear endlessly available, she's a master at stirring a relentless desire in her target, getting him to chase her with an almost obsessive intensity. She may give a teasing smile, a lingering glance, or a laugh that lingers just a second too long. Each move is calculated to draw her admirer closer while keeping him guessing. Her goal is to fan the flames of his desire so strongly that he loses his sense of control and pursues her relentlessly, becoming ensnared in the spell she's cast. The siren knows how to make a man feel like he's the one leading, when, in reality, she's orchestrating every step. The allure of irrationality. The siren isn't rational, and this is precisely what makes her captivating. Many men, weighed down by reason, logic, and routine, find themselves drawn to her unpredictability. Her whims, her laughter, her sudden shifts in mood, these irrational qualities make her seem like an exotic creature untouched by the constraints of everyday life. This aspect of her character frees her admirer from his own rationality, inviting him into a world where impulse reigns. With her, he feels liberated, as if he's broken free from the chains of his own reasonableness and entered a world driven solely by passion and desire. In short, the siren is a captivating paradox, both a fantasy and a challenge, both soothing and dangerous. She offers not just pleasure but also the thrill of risk, drawing men in with a force they can neither understand nor resist. And once she has them, her spell is nearly impossible to break. Physical qualities of the siren. The siren's allure begins with a carefully crafted physical presence, each detail chosen to captivate and intrigue, subtly drawing people into her world. She is an embodiment of heightened femininity, using her appearance and movements to create an atmosphere of seduction that feels almost otherworldly. Scent and feminine adornment. The siren scent is her silent invitation, a fragrance that subtly lingers in the air and leaves a trail of intrigue wherever she goes. This fragrance is neither overwhelming nor faint, it's an essence that captivates, suggesting warmth, mystery, and an allure that remains just out of reach. Her femininity is heightened through makeup and attire that transform her into a vision of allure. Her clothing is elaborate, seductive, and meticulously chosen to evoke fantasy without revealing too much. Every piece of her adornment, from jewelry to the smallest detail of her outfit, is selected to create harmony, drawing people in without any single item overpowering the effect. The enchanting voice. The siren's voice is perhaps her most powerful weapon. Just as the legendary sirens lured sailors to their doom, her voice is pure seduction. It possesses an immediate, almost primal effect, reaching the listener on a level beyond logic or thought. Her voice is calm, unhurried, as if she exists in a world all her own, untouched by the frantic pace of life. The tone is suggestive yet subtle, hinting at mysteries without ever fully revealing them. It's as if her words are not quite of the waking world, as if she had only just risen from sleep or perhaps never left her bed. This quality makes every conversation feel like an intimate secret shared only between her and her listener. Dangers. The siren and the rake are timeless characters, each embodying an irresistible allure that captivates others beyond reason. However, each figure faces inherent risks. No matter how liberating the role may feel, each carries a weight, a danger lurking just beneath the surface that can complicate, even undermine, their seductive power. The siren's danger. For the siren, the path to embodying the ultimate feminine allure is fraught with risk. Although her persona captivates men by evoking a fantasy of endless pleasure, there is often a subtle stigma attached. Society is not always kind to women who project an aura of unrestrained sensuality and pleasure. Even if the siren tries to distance herself from a reputation of being easy or accessible, the perception persists, casting a shadow on her allure. Living out this persona may prove exhilarating but comes with the risk of her allure turning into a vulnerability. Despite the power of her seductive presence, she may become a target for judgment or misunderstanding, as the world often struggles to separate a woman's allure from notions of virtue. The rake, a fantasy for women. The rake, by contrast, fulfills a deep-seated fantasy for women, a man who desires so intensely that he would move mountains to capture the object of his affection, if only for a fleeting moment. In his brief but fiery pursuit, the rake shows women the depths of his longing, holding nothing back. His passion is a thrill, a rush that sweeps his target into a purely sensual experience where reason fades, and only the moment matters. His desire becomes her distraction, a mirror to the siren's effect on men. For the rake, there are essential keys to mastering this seductive character. Unrestrained desire. A rake reveals his desire openly, without hesitation or self-control, embracing his weakness in the face of her allure. By surrendering to his passion, he breaks the constraints of polite society and allows her to experience a tantalizing escape from the ordinary. The rake doesn't concern himself with earning trust or proving his character. His pursuit alone holds her in the grip of the moment, keeping thoughts of consequences at bay. His allure lies in his raw passion, a force he doesn't attempt to restrain. Mastery of words. While men are often enchanted by the visual, women are captivated by words. The rake chooses his words for their power to suggest, hypnotize, and lift his target into a different state of mind. His language isn't about logic or clarity. Instead, it's poetic, mysterious, leaving much to interpretation. Words become his spell, drawing his listener into a world that feels elevated, enchanting, even dangerous. Here, form overpowers content. How he speaks, the cadence, the tone, the suggestion, matters far more than what he actually says. A hint of darkness and rebellion. The rake is a character of contradictions, embodying both charm and a hint of danger. Women, just like men, find themselves drawn to what is forbidden, dangerous, and slightly dark. A successful rake doesn't merely flirt with rebellion, he lets it define his essence. His allure lies in his disregard for convention, his quiet defiance, and the sense that he is a bit incorrigible. He is polite on the surface but hints that beneath lies a rebel, a man who follows his own rules and invites others to do the same. A notorious reputation. The rake's reputation is his greatest asset. Rather than downplaying or apologizing for his reputation, he leans into it, understanding that it's this very notoriety that makes him irresistible. Known for his allure to women, his disdain for convention, and his devotion to pleasure, he allows his bad name to precede him. Far from a disadvantage, this reputation makes him seem both thrilling and dangerous, the embodiment of freedom from societal constraints. His company promises excitement, rebellion, and a rare taste of forbidden pleasures, a world away from the ordinary. Living in the moment. To be a true rake, one must embrace spontaneity, letting go of past and future, drawing his target into a purely sensual moment. He doesn't let himself worry about what comes next. His focus is entirely on the now, offering a space free from the constraints of time and responsibility. This momentary devotion becomes his greatest seduction tool, providing an escape into a timeless experience. In the end, the siren and the rake hold an enduring charm precisely because they embody contradictions. They are both freedom and entrapment, pleasure and danger. To play these roles is to accept their risks and embrace their complexities. For the siren, it's balancing allure with the danger of judgment. For the rake, it's leaning into his dark reputation while promising a fleeting escape from reality. Each is a character not merely to be played but to be embodied with both caution and abandon, embracing both the thrill and the danger of a world where fantasy and reality collide. Dangers. The rake faces one significant risk, the judgment and resentment of his own gender. His irresistible allure to women often sparks envy and disapproval among men, who may view him as a threat or a rival, leading to potential social or professional backlash. Unlike centuries past, where society granted certain leeway to such characters, modern-day rakes must exercise caution. Only those with fame or wealth can play this role without significant consequences, while others risk the negative consequences of resentment or scandal. The ideal lover. The ideal lover is the master of fulfilling unspoken desires, drawing others in by reflecting their innermost fantasies. Whether they yearn for romance, adventure, or an ethereal connection, the ideal lover brings these dreams to life. More than just showing interest, the ideal lover makes their target feel deeply understood and cherished, stirring a connection that feels almost magical. The historical figure Casanova epitomized this character. His approach was meticulous. On meeting a woman, he would study her every nuance, discerning her unmet needs and desires. He would mold himself to fill these gaps, presenting himself as her ideal. By intuiting what she craved most, he would create a world around her where she felt valued and adored, an escape from her day-to-day life. This intense focus and adaptability made Casanova nearly irresistible, as he became precisely what each woman longed for. Keys to the character. The ideal within. Every person harbors an ideal, whether it's an image of who they aspire to be or what they seek in another. Often, this ideal reflects something they feel is missing or unfulfilled within them. Life's disappointments can bury this ideal, but it lies beneath, waiting for someone to reignite it. When someone embodies this missing piece, admiration blossoms into affection, and affection into love. Masterful observation. The ideal lover's primary tool is acute observation. Rather than relying solely on what their target says, they read the subtle signals, tones, glances, even contradictory gestures. These fleeting cues often reveal unmet desires or vulnerabilities that the person may not even fully recognize themselves. It is in these contradictions that the ideal lover uncovers a deeper truth, the key to unlocking their target's affection. Becoming the oasis. In a world where self-interest often reigns supreme, the ideal lover stands out as a refreshing alternative. They embody empathy and attentiveness, an oasis in the desert of the self-absorbed. They present themselves as someone who isn't distracted by their own desires but is instead entirely tuned into their targets. Few can resist the allure of someone who brings their unspoken dreams to life, creating a space where they feel truly seen and valued. The ideal lover thrives in a role that is both selfless and perceptive, requiring intense focus and an almost artistic sensitivity. However, unlike the siren's passive allure or the rake's unrestrained passion, the ideal lover wields a quieter, yet profoundly seductive influence. They know that true seduction lies not in what you say or do, but in how you make someone feel, in this case, cherished, complete, and deeply understood. The ideal lover. Essence creates a fantasy world, embodying the perfect partner tailored to their lover's desires. Dangers Be wary of letting your true self show too much. Maintaining the ideal image is essential. 2. The dandy. Essence: nonconformist, unpredictable, and strikingly different in appearance and attitude, embodying freedom. Keys to character: charismatic and provocative, the dandy draws people in with a unique style and carefree attitude. Dangers: their provocative nature may tread on social boundaries, and it's crucial to avoid offending those who can retaliate. 3. The natural. Essence: embodies qualities of childhood, innocence, spontaneity, and sincerity. Types: the innocent, acts with wide-eyed wonder. The imp, fearless and mischievous, unafraid of consequences. The wonder, displays a rare, effortless talent. The undefensive lover, open, receptive, and enthusiastic about life. Dangers: while charming, overplaying childlike traits can be off-putting. Blending wisdom with innocence is often more effective. 4. The coquette. Essence: masters the art of delay and detachment, attracting through ambiguity and self-sufficiency. Keys to character: alternates between warmth and coldness, keeping others on edge and always wanting more. Dangers: they walk a fine line, as emotional games can quickly turn admiration into resentment if poorly managed. 5. The charmer. Essence: uses charm without overt seduction, focusing attention on others to make them feel understood and valued. Keys to character: listens attentively, provides comfort, and adapts to the moods of others. Dangers: charmers need to be aware of cynics or those who view charm as manipulation. 6. The charismatic. Essence: radiates an extraordinary presence fueled by self-confidence, purpose, and mystery. Keys to character: displays intense focus, unwavering beliefs, and uses eloquence and contradictions to intrigue others. Dangers: charisma's power lies in perception. If the charismatic's followers sense doubt, the illusion crumbles. Each archetype employs specific traits and techniques to engage and enchant others, whether through mystery, vulnerability, or charm. The danger lies in managing these traits carefully to avoid revealing too much or alienating others. 7. Naturals. Naturals bring spontaneity and openness to relationships, embodying a childlike joy and sincerity that remind others of a carefree youth. This connection to childhood, which many subconsciously try to recreate, makes naturals irresistibly attractive. They draw people in by being genuinely engaged in their own joy and playfulness. Key: the secret is to radiate the sincerity and wonder of a child, making everything feel genuine and fun. The more naturally immersed they are in their world, the more others are pulled into their charm. Potential pitfall: pure childishness can become tiresome. The best naturals balance this charm with adult traits like experience and wisdom, creating a mix that feels both familiar and exciting. 8. Coquettes. Coquettes are masterful at self-sufficiency and emotional intrigue. They appear content within themselves, creating an attractive aura of independence and narcissism. By alternating warmth with emotional withdrawal, they stir up intrigue, prompting others to chase them with increased fervor. Key: the coquette's power lies in their emotional withdrawal, a technique that generates mystery and makes others feel insecure. This sense of ambiguity keeps admirers on their toes, wondering if the coquette is losing interest. Potential pitfall: coquettes play with intense emotions, which can turn from love to resentment. They must balance the push-pull dynamic carefully, ensuring that anger or coldness is followed by warmth to keep the admirer's interest. 9. Stars. Stars are ethereal, wrapped in an aura of mystery and allure. They represent an escape from daily life, inviting others into a world of fantasy and wonder. By transforming into an almost otherworldly presence, they draw people in with the allure of an unattainable dream. Key: to embody a star, one must maintain an air of glamour and intrigue. Stars captivate by offering an experience of fantasy, taking admirers out of the ordinary and into something enchanting. Potential pitfall: people may grow tired of the illusion and shift their attention to the next up-and-coming star. Once this happens, reclaiming their place can be challenging. Anti-seducers. Greene also identifies traits of the anti-seducers, whose behaviors drive others away. Brute: lacks patience, trying to rush seduction. Suffocator: clings too soon, overwhelming others. Moralizer: wants to reshape you into their ideal. Tightwad: prioritizes money over genuine connection. Bumbler: awkward and overly self-aware. Windbag: talks endlessly without listening. Reactor: is highly sensitive to ego slights. Vulgarian: disregards social norms yet expects to succeed. Greedy: makes their desires too transparent, often pushing others away. These anti-seductive qualities serve as cautionary traits to avoid, as they repel rather than attract.